Hello, and welcome to Happy Handicrafts. My name is Joanna, and today we're going to be making project number 13 from Paper Sloyd for Primary Grades by Ednah Anne Rich. This project is a set of book sheets or pages that we're going to make to insert into our book cover that we made last week for project number 12. Now, before we get started, would you mind just taking one moment and hitting the subscribe button? It means a lot to us, and it will keep you informed of each time that we post a new video in this series. So let's get started. The materials you're going to need for this project are the book, Paper Sloyd for Primary Grades. This book can be found on Amazon, or it's also available for free online. I'll post the links in the description so you can choose whichever you like. You're also going to need your book cover that we made last week. You're going to need an awl. We have a book binding awl. You can use anything around the house that will poke a hole through your pages. Just be sure to make it safe. You're also going to need a pencil, a ruler, a pair of scissors, a needle with a large eye, some bookbinding thread, and some paper. Now, to get started, we're going to start with an 8.5 by 11 inch regular piece of copy paper. We're going to fold it in half. The reason we're doing this is because for every piece of paper that we start with, we're going to create 2 book sheets for our project. So we're not wasting paper. So carefully fold it in half. Like always, accuracy matters here. So take your time. Pause the video if you need to. Next, we're going to measure our book sheets. We're going to measure in 6 inches from the left at the top of the paper, but notice what Lucy does. She's going to start at 6 inches and she's going to count back 2/16 of an inch. That's 2 lines on the ruler. She's going to do the same at the bottom. The reason we're doing this is because these 4-inch by 6-inch papers have to fit into the book cover that we created last week. So they're going to need to be ever so slightly smaller than the book cover. So we're just trimming the pages right from the beginning. Draw a line to connect your 2 dots. Now, when you measure down from the top, you want to make sure that it's not the folded side. Okay? So you're going to measure down 4 inches from the top. Again, count back 2/16 of an inch and draw your dot. Just slightly smaller than 4 inches. And do it again on the right side of the paper. Start at 4 inches and count back 2/16 of an inch, which is 2 lines on the ruler. You're going to then connect these 2 dots by drawing a line and holding your ruler nice and firm. That's going to give you a 4-inch by 6-inch piece of paper. Next, holding the 2 sides of the paper firmly between your fingers, cut out your 4-inch by 6-inch pieces of paper. So for each 8.5 by 11 piece of paper that you fold and measure and cut, you're going to get 2 pieces of paper to pages for your book. So you can create as many as you like. There's your 2 pieces of paper, your 2 book sheets. You're going to fold each of them in half. And then you're going to repeat the process as many times as you like. We did maybe 9 or 10 pages. Once you're done, you're going to stack them all together. Now, once you've stacked them together, you're going to take one of the sheets and you're going to measure at 1 inch and 3 inches right in the middle along the fold. And you're going to place a dot. This is where we're going to run the needle and tie them together. Now we have a cutting board on our table. This is because we're going to use the awl. We're going to poke holes through these pages, and so you want to make sure you're not poking a hole in the table. Now be very careful you're not sticking yourself, and you're going to poke a hole through the 1 inch right through every single piece of paper. You can do it all at once like Lucy's doing, or you can do it 1 or 2 pages at a time, whatever's easier for you. Then we're also going to measure on the book cover that we created last week. We're going to measure in from the top at 1 inch and 3 inches. And we're going to draw a dot. And another dot at the 3 inches. And then we're going to poke a hole through both of those dots with our awl. You could just use a large needle for this as well if you like, and maybe a thimble to push it through. Next, we're going to bind together the book cover and the book sheets. As you can see, the sheets are just slightly smaller than that cover. Go ahead and thread your needle. And you can do this together or separately. We're going to do the book cover separately. You're going to thread it in from the back. Going towards the front of the book. And the same with the book sheets. Again, you can do these all together. Just make sure they're stacked really well together. Or you could do it 1 by 1, 2 by 2. It doesn't matter. Lucy's been sewing for a while, so she's pretty confident with this. She's going to do them all together. She's going to thread the needle in from the back. Again, make sure they're really well stacked or that needle won't go through. There we are. And then you're going to run the needle from the front to the back in the lower hole. Make sure there's no loose thread at the front, and then thread it through from front to back on the cover as well. Make sure your sheets and cover are well aligned, and then you're going to draw the thread nice and taut at the back. Be careful to do this without ripping any of the paper. I'm going to help Lucy tie a knot because you want this knot to be nice and firm. You can do this with any sort of thick thread, even a ribbon. It depends on how you want your book to look. We had bookbinding thread, so this worked really well for us. We finished it by tying a bow. Nice and firmly. We finished off the bow by cutting the ends and tidying it up. Now flip your book over, and to finish everything, we're going to slide the back paper and the front paper into the book cover. This is where you're going to be thankful that you measured just a little bit smaller than they told us to. So gently slide the back cover into the back page into the back cover, and the front page into the front cover. This is going to hold your book firmly in place. And there's your book. Isn't it just a little piece of perfection? I think this project is so incredibly cute. There's so many things that you can do with this. We've already started using ours for nature study. We've done our science special studies with it, and I think it would make an absolutely gorgeous gift for someone. So thank you again for hanging out with us today. Let us know if you enjoyed this by clicking the like button, leaving a comment, or sharing it with friends. And we will see you in the next video.